Hello there, fellow rail fans. Mainline rail fan here with a model comparison, and today we have two cars, and they may look very similar on the outside. In fact, these are both Intermountain N scale. They are ACF 4850 cubic foot 3-bay covered hoppers. So these are two different models. Even though they may look the same, the different runs and the differences between these cars are very important. On the bottom, we have a Western Pacific version. This car was $18.49, and on the top, we have an ADMX car, which was $23.99. Now that's a price difference of $5, and we're going to see in this comparison what your $5 extra gets you. So the first way that these cars are different is by the packaging. On the Western Pacific model, we have the traditional Intermountain packaging here with the label on the right side of the car. And then on the newer one, we have a slightly different packaging. You can see the lines and the colors are slightly different, as well as the logo. They now show the railroad logo, and they have reformatted it slightly here, as you can see, so that the information is just a little bit more readable on the newer version. Also, when you open the car, I'll do it on the WP car as well, they do pretty much have the same case. When you open them and take off the top piece of plastic, the ADM car now has this protective piece of thing. It's a protective layer that helps to protect the car. It gives it a little bit, just a little bit additional protection in case, you know, something happens, but that is a minor difference. So that is the packaging differences. Nothing too huge, but the newer car is just a little bit better in that regard. So I have turned these cars onto their side so we can see the bottom side detail, so we can see what some of the differences are, and here we're going to see the main differences. So as you can see, the main underside detail, and particularly the discharge gate detail, is really nice on these cars, particularly for an N-scale car. It's very fantastic. As you can see, let me just zoom in here. You can see all that discharge gate detail. Very fantastic. Very nice. Very good. I'm very happy with that from Intermountain. Now if we just slide these down just a tad bit, we can see the main differences between these cars. So the one on the bottom is the Western Pacific car, and this one has the typical N-scale axles, and the coupler box is attached to the main axles. You can see as you turn, a couple of turns with it, and you get the plastic wheels, and nothing too special there. But if we move up to the ADM car, you can see that the axles are this nice metal, and the coupler box is attached directly to the frame of the car. You can see as I move the axles and the wheel bearings that the coupler stays in place. This is really important because this way you won't have quite as many incidents with this setup, and also the car is slightly heavier and will ride on the rails much better. To me, just that right there makes the extra price worth it. If I go and show you the side detail on these cars, you can see here's the Western Pacific car. You can see it's pretty good for an N-scale car. And then I'll move in the ADMX car and move that into focus. And you can see it's pretty much the same on the side. And if we turn these to the ends, you can see the end detail on both the A and B end is pretty much the same. I believe this is the A end here. If I flip these around, we should get the B end. There we go. As you can see, these cars are pretty much identical in detail on the sides. And now if I turn them to the top side details, I want to be very careful with these because these roofs are very delicate. You can see the top side detail as well. Very similar details for the hatch detail and the walkways. However, I did see some differences. You can see here, I believe the ADM car, which is the more expensive one, I believe these are actually etched metal versus I believe they're like plastic or something on the WP these do feel slightly differently, like the one on the ADM's held better or something. You can see the tread there is different on the ADM card than on the WP card. You can see on the corners, the tread is just that tad bit different. But that's a small detail which is really nice that they put in. It looks very good, and I'm very happy they made the detail. Alright, so we're next going to do the rolling test to see how far these cars will roll when it goes off the revailer. I expect the ADM car to go the farthest, and that's the one I have first. Okay. Okay, that did okay. Let's see about the WP car. Yeah, they seem to do about the same. A couple pretty good together. And so that's the rolling test. One thing I will mention is that the Western Pacific car doesn't have as much body wobble as the ADM car, as I will demonstrate. See, it just comes nice back. But the ADM car, it does have just a little bit of body wobble. So that's something to mention. Probably the easiest way to fix that is to tighten the trucks on the ADMX car. I now have the cars operating on a train, and in conclusion, I think these two hoppers are both really good. And if you have the choice, go for the slightly more expensive one because it will operate just a little bit better on your layout. And now, here, let's watch this mixed freight go by with the two new cars.